Our third question, have you had any experiences where you felt othered within your own communities? Maybe alienated where you didn't get support from...
I am an African American, Pan-African Rastafarian who moved to Ethiopia and did his postgraduate work in Ireland. Do you think that I've ever been othered in my home community? Yes.
There you go.
Mm, I so I don't.
Maybe from the lens, like as a B-girl, like in a predominantly male-dominated...
Not in Detroit.
Not in Detroit.
Not in Detroit.
All right.
Thanks. Like I have never felt othered in Detroit ever. So if you anybody like in the Detroit hip hop scene, if you ever felt othered by me, I apologize because I didn't, think if I was othering anybody. But no, they were. The one thing about the hip hop community here in Detroit is, to me, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody has a responsibility to learn correctly. I feel. Does that sound really weird? But anyways, when I first started, it wasn't easy to gain the knowledge, right? This is back in 2001. So I keep on saying 2001. Oh my gosh, oh my God. But when I first started, it literally was learning one step at a time. You know what I mean? If I didn't have, I need to have that move. I need to have that 6-step in order to get the next move. We used to have training practices, you remember math, 2 times a week for 2 hours each day. And then we would have the club. The club scenes here in Detroit was amazing.
Yes.
If you guys missed it from that time all the way till 2007 or 8. But the club scene was kind of mostly welcoming to us, B girls and B boys. But we would have a dance circle at St. Andrews, almost all night. It would be 30 of us holding down a cipher. Cypher is a dance circle, if anybody didn't know. But I always felt welcomed here, and I appreciate that from the guys. Literally, I never felt like they respected me as a female too. Hey, huh? Oh, it's on. But yeah, I never felt othered. Even as for me being a Cambodian Muslima, I'm Muslim. I probably feel othered by the Cambodian people, to be honest with you, but not in the, not in this area. So thank you.
Okay, so, yeah. I know this is probably, I feel like it's normal. Oops, but I do. I feel like, if you're different, people gonna be like, she different, But I just think it's weird, to be other because you're black or because you're a woman when you're in a black culture, Because, obviously, if the genesis of hip hop and breaking was black, that's not where we are today. You know what I'm saying? And so, because of that, the values have changed for hip hop, and the perspective of hip hop is a lot different. The sensitivities, people aren't sensitive, to cultural sensitivities. So it's a lot of ways that I feel like you can be othered, especially if you're around a global phenomenon. If you're around people, it's a global thing, And there's language barriers. But even more so, there's cultural barriers that people don't really take the time out to understand. And that's annoying because you would think that, I feel like right now a lot of people are talking about people being guests in hip hop. And I think what that really means for some people is just listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I'm speaking and I'm a black person in hip hop and I tell you that's not okay, just shut up and just chill, a little bit. Just calm it down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe try to understand so you don't make that trip again, but they don't do that. Instead, it's more they come with defenses, They try to get their homies to be like, yeah, back me up on this wrongdoing. And it's a lot more homies than it is us. I mean, let's just be honest. So a lot of times we be in the cut, it be like, you know, you stick with the people that got your back. And a lot of times when you're a breaker, when you're working, if you're a dancer, you're working, you're sticking with those who got your back. You kind of try to draw out a lane for yourself. I support you, you support me type of stuff. We gonna rep this and rep that, but not this and that type of stuff because they don't support us. But it's also hard because we broke, so we need the money. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little complicated, you know? But yeah, that's all I gotta say. I feel like being othered is a little bit, you should expect it. If you don't feel it, then I feel like you kind of, you know, missing it a little.
I always think that dancers of any kind are like a particular kind of masochist, because in society, no one is encouraging you to be a dancer as a profession. From the top, like that's it. You're already different. You're already other. It's not a viable source of income. It's not a viable way to exist in the world. You kind of float through the world, you move from opportunity to opportunity, you're working in rooms with strangers. It's like, you try to tell a parent that's the life that they're gonna have for their child, they're gonna say, not me, not my child, right? So I feel like I'm othered all the time by coming from an immigrant family that doesn't understand the arts, that isn't educated in that information. They're constantly asking me, why do I do what I do? And why are you doing this to me? And it makes you walk around with a kind of guilt. It makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. It makes you feel like you're doing something oppressive towards the people you love the most. I think also within the particular styles, I'm somebody who, I started in hip hop and contemporary or, you know, Eurocentric styles around the same time. And so for me it was difficult because I was learning a 6-step while I was also learning contact improvisation or Grotowski physical theater in an acting program. And I was a full scholarship at a really great university at NYU. But I was also often the poorest person in the room. And so there's a misrepresentation. For me, it's like, you know, people teasing me about like being a college kid or coming into the room with the books. Also learning the modern dance at the same time. I would throw down and somebody would be like, look at this Martha Graham ass boy or whatever, you know, like, and I'm like, I think Martha Graham is dope, but it hurts to get that insult. And I mean, teasing and you know, cutting somebody is part of the culture and you gotta deal with it. I think that it makes it stronger. But I think it also happens within the contemporary and modern dance world. When I take a class with other people and everybody's looking at the teacher and I'm kind of off to the side vibing with the music because I'm used to dancing all the time, everybody's looking at me and saying like, wow, it's really amazing and great how you just absorb the music and take all this stuff. And then at the end of class, they say, oh, you're a b-boy, right? And I say, no, yeah, I guess I'm a dancer. And they say, no, you're a b-boy, you're a b-boy. I was like, well, why can't I be a modern or contemporary dancer in this room? And then when I go to the b-boy room, it's like, oh, you're a modern or contemporary dancer. And then I go back and it's like, oh, you're a b-boy. And so I never belong in one side, and then I never belong in the other side. And so that's why I do experimental theater. Because I can combine everything and find my own way around it.
Platform. That's hip hop, bro.
Yeah, and I think it's also about like the way that the mastery that you were talking about, of like you cut somebody when the technique is off. And I think also within the different communities, how do we gain the respect to say, oh yeah, he belongs or she belongs, I belong. Do I decide that I belong? Is it something that I was born into? Is hip hop something that is because of the neighborhood you come from? Is it a mentality? Is it something that can grow inside of you? In the contemporary and modern dance world, you know, it's like I've performed with people who on performance night or dress rehearsal, they say, what are we gonna do about your hair? And I say, what do you mean, what am I gonna do about my hair? It's like, this is my hair. And it's just another kind of checklist on a list, but for me, it's an insult. It's a way where you're isolated. You didn't have that conversation with anybody else here, but you did it to me, and you did it in private. And now I have to hold on to that secret. And it's another thing that keeps me from feeling like I belong anywhere. So, I mean, I feel othered all the time, and I think it's something that I question a lot, and then I question, why am I still around them? Why do I keep doing it? I think it reinforces why I do it. That there are other people out there who may feel as othered as I am, and if I stay, maybe we can create a community together of something else.